Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, Beauty on a Budget. My name is Heather and today is Friday, September the 6th of 2024 and I'm here at our new place. I'm just going to do a quick show of what my husband has on. So this is our front entrance. We haven't started this yet, but got all this painting stuff here. There's drywall dust everywhere. So the new stove will be coming soon. Right there is where the fridge was, and so you can see that behind this wall is the old chimney. This house was built, I've been given two dates. One was 48, one was 52, so in that range is when this house was built, somewhere between 48 and 52. And so that's the old chimney. We had some plumbers come by the other day, and you know, if we want to take this out to expand this wall, that's major structural damage, you know, doing from like the basement, the main floor, the upstairs, all the way up to the roof. But he thought that the chimney was only so deep that it was probably encased in the drywall, and he was correct. So yesterday my husband and his brother got to work and they cut out this chunk of this wall. They will be, you know, fixing it up, patching, painting, and we've made it big enough now that I can get a 36-inch fridge in here, the one I want. So that's done. And then yesterday they were working on here in the master bedroom, and they have ripped out this closet. So they will be back later today to finish up the drywall patching, and I've already picked out the paints for this place. So I'm gonna get pretty soon here. I'm gonna grab the drill and take down all the curtains and all the curtain rods and just get them gone. I'm gonna take the curtains to the other place and get them all washed and figure out if I want to keep the curtains or not. I'm gonna say there's a lot of these curtains, they not gonna work with the new colors that we have chose. So that is what we are working with right now. And then I do have the samples. So me and my daughter, the last couple days, we were running around between Rona and Home Depot. And we've got the samples of what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna find somewhere where it doesn't echo and not so dusty. So just give me 1 minute. All right, so I'm just up here in one of the bedrooms upstairs. They haven't done anything up here yet, so there's no dust, and it does echo, but not as much as I think downstairs does, even more. So I've got my paint things. Actually, I'm gonna flip my camera around, make it a little easier. Do it this way. So these are my colors for the downstairs. This one here, if it looks familiar, this is the translucent silk. This is actually the color I have on the other house. This was for all three levels were done in this color. And so here I'm going to use it in the master bedroom. I've got this one. This was Swiss Coffee. This was always in my top 5 colors, like even 15 years ago. And this one we're going to do the kitchen in this color. And then I've got this one here, a coconut twist. There was the other one I really liked, and it was smooth silk, but it was a little more yellow. So I chose this one here, the coconut twist. And this one's going to be the front entrance, the stairway coming up here, and the hallway downstairs. And then this was the sample of the wood or the flooring I want to do in the living room and the master bedroom. And it is called Edgewood Cherry. So it's just a vinyl flooring. Looks like wood, but this is so much easier to care for. That's what we have at the other house. On most floors, we went with this type of vinyl flooring. Now, I don't know if this one can be used in a kitchen or bathroom. I'm not sure. I do know they actually make one specifically for kitchens and bathrooms now, and we actually put one in the other house in the bathroom upstairs. And then, so that was my color. So you can see the translucent silk next to the cherry, how nice that looks. Even with this is the toasted coconut, because the finishing we have around here is cherry wood. And even this, the Swiss coffee. You can see how I like these 3 colors next to the cherry wood. I like that. And then up here in these bedrooms was my daughter's rooms. Now, a couple of the walls were already painted, and this is the color that they are. It's called Lush Sage. And so we said she could keep it green. She likes this dark. On 2 walls in each room, and then the other walls and the ceiling she wanted to paint a nice accent color. So she chose this one, and it is Chinese Jade. So that would be the walls upstairs in the 2 bedrooms. And then the flooring, because this is what the flooring looks like. So it needs to get updated. So she went and she picked out samples, and this was her final choice of flooring for up here. And she chose, what's the color? Oh, Capital Peak Oak. Out of all the colors, because it just, some of the other ones she liked were really, had some pinks in it, and then it really made them look more red next to the greens. So, and she didn't really want, I mean, she kind of had a couple that were still like this kind of color, but then it makes the paint look a little more yellow, or it makes the floor even look more yellow next to the green. So she went with these ones. So that is the colors that we're gonna do up here. And then we've got other things to do. I'm gonna open my bag so I can get my little notebook out, as we're gonna be doing lots of other things. So I'm just going through here. Okay, so the living room paint. Oh, that's what I have to figure out. The living room paint was my next thing I've got to do. Okay, so for the main floor bathroom, we can fit in a 24-inch vanity, because right now it's just a pedestal sink. And the one I like, so these were from Home Depot, it's the Romelia 2 in the gloss white. And then the mirror I want is a 36-inch, and it's by Glacier Bay. It's a By-View aluminum medicine cabinet. And then I've got to figure out all the lightings. The only lighting in the house I don't want to change is the front entrance, because I know that was a really nice one. And then, yeah, the basement, vanity, my daughter had 2 she was kind of looking at. She didn't quite make a decision last night. And same with the vanity mirror, I think, or the bathroom mirror. I think she will go with the same one that I like. There was another one, she just wants to kind of look at them again. And then, yeah, the lighting is the next thing we have to do in this house, and there's a lot of lights. And then the other thing, oops, I'm holding my phone. Okay, try that way. The other thing I've got to do is, the living room. So I'll go down to the living room and kind of show you what I think I'm going to do. Okay, so here in the living room, I kind of like the wood trim. So I told my husband I'd like to stain it a cherry color, or I forget the name of the color. I found the little paint sample of it. It's all dried out, and I forget what color it was, but I'd like to stain the trim the cherry, because I want to do the cherry flooring in here. So if I stain those, and then in this room, so we've got where this window is, I want to turn that into a bay window. And then, so this window where the wall where the window is, the wall where the doorway is, and this other wall here, I'm going to strip down all the wallpaper. Probably do it today. Take down all this wallpaper, and then I want to paint these walls with just basic paint. I haven't decided which color. I've got 3 colors I like. I just have to figure out which one I want best. And then this wall here, because it's the wall you see when you walk in through the house, when you're coming past from the kitchen into here, this is the wall that you see. I want to actually do a wallpaper on just this one wall here. So that is what I've got to go figure out. And then of course we've got these little light fixtures, and it's really nice to say that, you have a living room that actually has, lights, just need new fixtures. So I was looking at a couple different pendant lights that I kind of like. So I'll just have to keep looking and seeing what I can really find. So that is what I'm at today. So I'm just gonna run back home because I gotta get the stuff I need to take down all the curtains and the blind, yeah, just all the curtains and the blinds. I don't know if I can take, I don't know. I'll try to take these wooden ones down. I don't know if I can myself. I will try. I don't know how they're, you know, kind of built in somehow. I'll see, but I want to take all the curtains down, and then I'm gonna also remove all the wallpaper. So I just gotta run home, grab the stuff I need, and I'll be back to take down wallpaper. Okay, so I've got the window curtains and blinds down. I just have the one hook up here. I can't take down the 2 screws that are in there, are just so stripped, and I just can't find the other screwdriver attachment for the drill. So my next thing is I'm just gonna grab a hammer and I'm gonna start taking down all this rope boarding stuff that's around the walls, and then I can get to taking down the wallpaper. Just gotta find a hammer first and do that. So I'll be back when I get all this other rope trimmed down, or I'll be back and I'll show you how to do it. Right, the hammer was too big, but I found this little mini crowbar pry bar, and it fits perfectly in here. Now I don't want to break I did break this first one trying to pull it out because I pulled too hard. I'm just gonna pry it out slowly, just go around the entire room doing this. Because it's just attached by just a few, okay, quite long nails, probably maybe 1.5, 2-inch nails. So I'm just gonna keep doing that. I said I did break this one because the first time I yanked it, I pulled it just a little too hard. So it's not gonna take me long to get this off, and then I can really work on this wallpaper here. This wallpaper's been up for a good 20 years. That was one thing I would love to have changed before we, moved out of this house, but we never got to doing this. And at that time, the wallpaper was fairly new and it looked good. Over the 14 years that we haven't been here, renters and stuff, the wallpaper's been damaged and just lots of nail holes, or actually lots of nails still in the wall. So I'll be removing those today too as I go around taking this rope border. I really like it. I believe it was from Home Depot. That's where I think a lot of the wood trim came from, but I will double check that with my husband. But I believe that's where we found this rope trim. So I'm just going to finish taking this trim off and taking out the nails in the wall, and then I'll be back to remove the wallpaper. All right, so I've almost got all of the rope trim off of most of these walls. I got to this wall here, it's kind of right behind the little door here, and so the rope went from the ceiling all the way down to the floor, and when I pulled out one of those, I noticed some mouse poop. So I started pulling off all the other decorative trim and the baseboard, and there is like so much mouse poop underneath these baseboards. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take off the rest of this baseboard, all this other decorative molding, because under the window, same thing, there's like mouse poop right under this window. I know 5 years ago this house had a mouse problem. That's one of the things we want to do, is we want to get in here and just get everything cleaned really well. So I'm not taking off this longer boards because I know there's going to be more stuff behind there. There's probably going to be mold behind there or mildew. I don't want to touch that. I will leave the bigger strips of paneling for my husband and his brother to do. Same with, I'm not going to do any of this trim that's around the door or around the window. I just don't want to break the doors and the windows. So I'm just going to continue taking off the baseboard and some of this other trim here. And then I'm gonna sweep and do a good sanitize of the floor. And then I will come back and do the wallpaper. But first I gotta finish this and I gotta go clean up. I was not expecting that. I mean, I found a few little droppings when I took down the curtains, but I was not expecting the amount that I'm seeing as I'm pulling off the baseboard. This was not what I was wanting to do today. I just want to come in here and just remove wallpaper, and it was going to be so quick and easy, and now it's turning into, this is going to be a lot bigger project than we thought. Good thing I decided to start today. I would hate to start doing this after we move in, but I've already got the floor chosen, so I know that the flooring is in here is going to get redone. So I knew I'd have to take the baseboards off anyways for the guys to do the floor, and we weren't sure about this paneling, if they would have to take it off or cut it to fit the new floor. Now I know it's going to have to all be removed. So I don't know how long this is going to take me to, now I'm going to do a major clean, and I'm lucky I've brought, this morning my husband was bringing stuff from our garage to this garage, so he brought over a couple jugs of bleach. I'll just have to, I don't know if I have any, oh, I think I did grab a pair of gloves. So I will be sanitizing this, and I will be back when I'm doing wallpaper, unless I find something else unexpected behind the walls. Okay, it is now almost 1:30. I've been here since 9:30-ish. So I've been here almost 4 hours working on this room. So I've got all the other paneling off, and I've sanitized the whole floor really, really well. So now I'm gonna do what my plan for today was, and that is to show you how to remove the wallpaper. I've read online a few different ways to do it. I know how I've done it in the past, so I would like to try a few things. So one way I'd seen is a 1 cup of water to 1 cup of fabric softener, just to help, loosen all the glue. So I'm gonna try that. I used to use the iron with the steamer, and you just kind of like get the steam going to do that. I have actually my garment steamer, so I brought that over. So that's what I'm gonna try. So I'm gonna do a combination of the steam and the fabric softener solution. So I'm just gonna get my camera on the stand and show you what I'm gonna do. All right, so I've been doing this for about 2 hours now, and that is as far as I have really gotten. It's a lot harder than I thought it was gonna be. This wallpaper was up really good with some really strong glue. I found that it didn't matter if I have the fabric softener or just straight water, so I'm just using straight water now. The fabric softener is actually making my hands more sticky and slippery, and I've got to finish up here, but I'm having trouble getting to the ceiling, which is why I just have this one not as far up. This little step ladder here, standing on my tiptoes, I can barely just reach to get the wallpaper off, so I'm going to run home and grab the other ladder. But I've got all this wall here. I've gotten the first layer of the wallpaper off. I always find it easiest to do that. You rip the first layer of wallpaper off, and then you come back with just the water like this. I'm just gonna give a good section, just spray good. Let it soak for a minute, and then grab the putty knife, and it just comes off. If I was using 2 hands, it's so much faster than just the one, but and I do know doing the 2 layers does make it take like a little bit longer, but I find it just so much easier if I just peel the first layer off, and then I just have this last layer stuck here to the wall, and then I can just work on this. And then I will show how I got the wallpaper off. So I didn't even have to spray this down. I just get the putty knife. Well, this one already got a good section. So just get the putty knife and just scrape some off. And just lift up one corner. And I just pull, and as I'm pulling, I walk back. And like I said, if I had 2 hands, I could do this a lot easier. Try this. Go there. And as I walk back, see, I get this nice big piece of wallpaper off. So that's all I've been doing, but I just find it so much easier to rip the one layer off than trying to scrape through both layers. Again, just as you walk back, you just kind of pull it up. And if I had both hands, I put, you know, one hand on each corner and just walk backwards, and I'm getting the whole panels off at once. Like this one here, it was one whole panel off at once. So it is a little bit of work if you want to do it in a couple steps. I did try first just trying to scrape the wallpaper off and the back stuff off all at one time, and it was just really hard getting through this first protective layer of the wallpaper. And then the wall had this wallpaper here. What makes it tricky is we had that nice border, and so then the border was stained or varnished or whatever after it was sitting here, so the paraffin has gotten on the wallpaper as well, so that makes it hard to peel off. Let's see, look at that. Oh, kind of snapped there. Let's see. If I was using both hands, I could have got that all off on one nice big piece, so it doesn't take too long to do that this way. Even with this other brown wallpaper, it's the same thing. Just have to find a seam. This was harder. Just have to find a seam. Just kind of peel up the seam with the putty knife. Oh. Yeah, I didn't get big enough. So, okay, here, see? And just kind of peel. Now this one really didn't peel as nice as this white one did. But I just found it so much easier to take this plastic kind of vinyl piece off and then work with the cardboard paper part separate. So I'm going to continue doing the rest of this wallpaper. So see, it is 3:30. I just got to run home. I got to get my phone charger. I got to change. I'm too hot in this sweatshirt. And my daughter's going to be home from school, and I'm going to drive her to work. So I'll be back. I don't know. I'm not quite sure exactly when I'll be back, but I'll be back when I get the rest of this down, and I'm not quite sure how long that's going to take. So I've got all the wallpaper peeled off. All that's left is this other underneath part. So this is the fastest way. So this is just mostly warm water, a little bit of the fabric softener. I don't really know if you needed it to be the concentration I had seen, where it said 1 cup to 1 cup. This is, I just kind of fill up with the water and add a little bit of fabric softener each time. I'm just gonna do this panel quickly to show. Just gotta soak this panel really well. I found I can do 3 panels really good. I tried to do 4, but by the time I had sprayed the first one and sprayed the 4th one, came back to the first one had dried, and I had to respray everything, and it was just kind of hard, so I found 3 panels was good. But I'm just going to do just this one to show how fast and easy it is, and I'm only doing about shoulder height right now. If I want to do any higher, I got to get on the step ladder, and I just don't really feel like being on the ladder at the moment, trying to do this. Just taking a metal putty knife, and I just scrape it right off. Now, of course, if I would have sprayed a couple more panels, then that would give this more time to soak in, and it comes off even better if I do 2 or 3 panels at a time versus just 1. But even with this, you can just see how fast it is just to spray. Or if I was doing the full wall, I'd probably, start at the top, and by the time I spray to the bottom, I can start scraping from the top. And then anything that just gets stuck, I just kind of peel off so I can see where I've gone and where I haven't gone. And at this point, there is still some glue residue and other parts here. I don't know if I can always just go over. I'm not worried about that because I do have to give the wall a wash anyways. But this is just trying to get rid of all the wallpaper. And tonight, that's all I want to do. So then tomorrow, my husband or whoever else is going to be helping us do this tomorrow can just come in and take these paneling off and then do a good puttying of these walls because they've got lots of dings in them. I've also got a few little spots where I gouged trying to get the wallpaper off, but you can see how fast and easy that is to remove. So that is why the best thing to do is to remove the first layer of the wallpaper, because I know the stuff we have here is water and moisture resistant because it's supposed to be washable, which means you can't, if it's washable, it's hard, so you need so much water to get underneath before you can lift it up. I only use my garment steam cleaner. In the past, I've also used my iron with the steam setting just to find the seams of the paper. So you can find the seams, the steam can get into these little cracks, and then the putty knife can get in, and that just kind of helps lift up the wallpaper to start with. And then, like I said, I just kind of just got a quarter and I just started walking backwards and just peeled up the wallpaper as best I could. And then coming back around and removing this stuff. So I'm just gonna move my camera so you can see what I have. So I'll start in this corner because this is where I had started. So this wall here is mostly done. Like I said, there's still some up there. It's just really stuck on, and I had to run and grab the other ladder because the little step ladder, I just couldn't quite reach all the way up to the ceiling. And then same with here. I just decided that for tonight, I mean, it's like 7 o'clock at night. I just decided I'm just gonna do like around here shoulder height, and then I can go and do the top one after. It was just really hard. I found going up and down the ladder trying to, do half of it and then on the floor. So I decided, well, if I just do the bottom first and then I'll go back and do the top one. And then I've got all this peeled off around here again. I couldn't quite reach up there. The step ladder I had wasn't big enough. I had to go grab the other ladder. So I peeled as best I could, and same with up above the door. I'll have to continue peeling that off in a little bit. But I thought, no, I'm just gonna continue removing all of this brown paper that's still on the wall. So I will be back when I get the rest of this peeled off, and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so it's almost 8 o'clock at night. My husband just called me. I gotta go pick him up from work, and we're gonna go have supper. So this is how I'm gonna leave it tonight. You can see I've got a good chunk of the wall finished here. There, and then over here I've got, so it's just anything like above my shoulder that I'll have to work on tomorrow. So I'm just gonna leave it like this for tonight, as I doubt they're gonna be back. We're just gonna run for supper. My daughter will be off work soon too. So I guess that's it for tonight. I will be back tomorrow as I peel the rest of this wallpaper down. Okay, so it's Saturday, it's almost 2 o'clock. We've been here for quite a few hours, so my daughter's helped me get more of the wallpaper remnants off the walls. We've taken the frame off around the window and around the door. Now we're gonna take off all the rest of the wood paneling. Okay, so we've now got all the trim off of everything in the living room. So I'm gonna end my video here for today. Like I said, there's still some wallpaper bits up there that we just couldn't quite reach. With the larger ladder, that made it so much easier to get. But I'm gonna end here for today. I will be back tomorrow, and I'm gonna give these walls a really good scrub with a better cloth and hot soapy water. And then whenever the guys are ready, they can now then come in and do all the patching and puttying. And so now I'm heading to Home Depot because I gotta pick out paint and lights for this room. So this room has these two brass tri-lights. They almost look like spotlights to me. So I decided I'm gonna do something like a pendant light in here. I haven't quite decided what I like, what style I really like. So me and my dog are gonna run to Home Depot and figure that out. I also have to figure out the paint color for this room. And I want to turn that wall over here into like the focal point with a nice wallpaper. Again, I'm not quite sure what color or design I'm going to go for. So again, I just want to say thank you so much to everybody who's subscribing to my channels and watching my videos, and I'll see you in the next ones. Bye.